Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another Business Breakthrough Google Hangout. It's Glenn Dietzel here, live from our international office here located in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And I'm really excited today to talk to you about our one-on-one business coaching or business mentoring model. And this is something that we have been spending a lot of time over the last 12 years as one of the leaders in coaching and consulting. Today, we have an accelerated model for assisting clients to really further their coaching, consulting, and training aspirations. And as you know, and I see so many people today making a mistake. It's a huge mistake, and a mistake that I was making for 2.5 years, and that was combining reading books and listening to audio programs and accessing DVDs, etc., at the expense of execution. And for you are on this business breakthrough Google Hangout because you want an accelerated approach to closing deals, right? Don't we all? And one of the rules that I can always tell you, and this is going to serve you very well in your own business, is that people need assistance, and people cannot do what they want to do on their own. There is no cases that I know of people accelerating in today's marketplace without direct assistance by following a blueprint, if you will, for the new realities of the advisory age in which we live. All right, we've talked a lot about that, how we've moved from the information age to the advisory-based age, the importance of having what we've covered on previous Google Hangouts, ABPs, advisory-based products that really keep up with the realities of today's trends, how people make decisions, that is your marketplace, how you can speed up the consultative process, and we're going to have more to say about that on our Google Hangout today. So with that being said, why I decided to cover this today was because of the absolute influx of people that have contacted us and gone through our qualification, or in the process of going through our qualification process, to be mentored directly by myself. I'm very anal about my time and very particular on the type of person that we vet, and I vet people for my highest end programs directly. And it served me very well. You just have to Google our name, or my name, not the royal we. If my wife was here, she would say, there you go again, Glenn, with the royal we. My wife is from Scotland, so she likes to use that term a lot when I incorporate it in our marriage. We, when she says, you're really referring to yourself, aren't you, Glenn? But just Google Glenn Dietzel and take a look at our track record, something that I'm extremely proud of. And one of the reasons why I have the opportunity to spend time with you every Monday is because of a concept that I'm going to teach you today on how to build a better business, or build from a better business model. All right. So let me just share with you, first of all, this is our application process here at newgurumodel.com, and we have literally been overwhelmed by the slew of entrepreneurs, either experienced entrepreneurs or in startup mode, that have been applying. And one of the best things that we've ever done in business to be able to handle that is to create an application process. So on today's training, I want to summarize 3 principles around trading time for money. And if you're going to do that, and you will, in coaching, consulting, and training, and you're going to do that in any industry today, no matter what gurus and experts are telling you, there is an outlay of time. And if you've been following our coaching and co-branding model, you'll just know how powerful it is for leveraging your time. Secondly, I'm going to give you 5 keys for a qualification or a vetting process that you should have. And then I want to move into 10 rules for doing one-on-one coaching and following our model. So that's what we're going to cover on this training here. And if I speed it up a little bit, as I like to tell all people that we just had a 1-day intensive at the Canadian Lake Home on June 9th. We have another one coming up on the 28th due to the several thousand of people that are on our short notification list. So we're doing another one. And as I warn everybody that I will speak around 100 miles an hour average maybe 105 miles an hour wind gusts that run probably 130 to 139 miles an hour, or somewhere in that range. So make sure you've got paper and pen ready. And also, before, as we get started here, a quick plug for our June issue of Lifestyle Entrepreneur magazine. Can be found on iTunes, and we're excited about that. So we've just released that, and that can be found on iTunes. So you just have to go to Bud URL. Let me just give you that here. So you've got it. And instead of giving you the long iTunes link, I'll give you the short link right here. budurl.com/LEMAG, budurl.com/LEMAG for Lifestyle Entrepreneur magazine. All right, so that's all you have to type in. You can go there, you can get the first issue for free, and take a look at one of our huge assets within our company, which is one of the divisions within our company, which is Lifestyle Entrepreneur magazine. So I want to talk, first of all, as we move into the coaching model, if you will, here's a concept that you definitely want to write down. You want to be able to turn a commitment into ROIT. Return a commitment of your time into ROIT. All right, now that's a fundamental rule that I practice all the time in business. Where there's an outlay of my time, there must be the opportunity to leverage a concept called ROIT, all right? And there's an outlay of my time right now, right? I'm very fussy and very particular on where I focus my time. And behind everything that I do is a concept called ROIT, return on invested time. So if you're growing and you understand the importance of having a coaching, consulting, and high-end training company today, and if you understand the new realities of how people consume advice, and that's what they want, specific advice, more importantly, they need assistance in terms of the execution of your advice, you definitely want to leverage a coaching, consulting, and training model that I'm going to show you here. So with our ROIT concept, then, we want to create a leveraged time model. A leveraged time model, all right, and that's crucial. And we're going to wrap all this up at the very end of our training today to show you my model so you see the bigger picture, okay? So I want to build this, as I mentioned, into 3 different components, all right, and then I want to show you the bigger picture of how this all fits together, okay? So as I mentioned, the first section of our training here is trading time for money, 3 keys to trading time for money. All right, and this is crucial that you understand this, because I see so many coaches and consultants and trainers today that are applying for mentorship directly with me or for our Omega Mind program, and they simply do not have a scalable model. It saddens me to see this, and it saddens me even more to see people following so much outdated information online today, where almost all gurus and experts are teaching today convoluted business funnels, traditional business funnels, having to rely on copywriters, trading time for money in the coaching industry, which is just horrible because they don't understand how to truly build a company. All right, and this is what, you know, our Business Breakthrough Google Hangouts are all about. It's about helping you build a company that you can get out from underneath, if you will, rise above everything, and grow the company, the life with with the lifestyle that you really, really want. So the first concept that you need to understand in trading time for money is you always want to position premium priced programs. You can't grow a company today by trading time for low-end programs and services. In fact, I believe it is a recipe for disaster. I believe that right now, if you're caught in this model, you are being held hostage very quickly to where you really want to be going with your business. And not only are you being held hostage to your true value, but you're being held hostage to with what your competitors know about growing companies. All right, and that's what you need to see here. We're building more than just a coaching business. We're building a company. A company that where you can build multiple divisions within your company and sell different entities for maximum valuation. Now, I left education because I did not want to deal with bottom feeders. They're the ones that suck you and suck all your energy, and simply they undervalue your advice. And in a previous Google Hangout, I've given you 9 reasons why you never want to compete on price. And I've also given you a price model on another Google Hangout on valuing your advice. And I gave you a rule when it comes to valuing your advice to make yourself incomparable. Incomparable. That's crucial. So you want to be able to position high-end programs and services. Secondly, when it comes to trading time for money, and the second key here is leveraging your clients. Leveraging your clients. Number 2. So you have to be able to leverage your clients. You've got to be able to use them as case studies. They've got to become a part of your marketing. It's even better if they can become part of your sales process. Okay, and remember our rules around marketing and sales. Marketing is an assessment. That's the basis of how you can get people to consume your content at the highest levels where they're engaged with you if you approach your marketing from an assessment perspective. All right, and I've given you previous Google Hangouts. We spent a lot of time on 7 assessment strategies that you can create really quickly to close your next high-end deal. In fact, we cover these at the 1-day business acceleration intensive that I do at the Canadian Lake Home. We'll be doing it at the next one. Third one, you want to be able to tie client case studies into bigger trends. All right, and this is crucial. You've got to know how in today's market, more than ever, how to tie your success of your clients into the bigger trends that are going on in the marketplace. You see, your marketplace wants to be able to live vicariously through somebody else. Now, they can live vicariously through you, right? It's the reason why you want to have a powerful educational model. It's even more powerful if you can leverage your clients inside of that, because our definition of sales in the advisory age is a recommendation toward a specific, or it is a consultation toward a specific recommendation. This is the advisory age. This is the day and age when people want specific advice, very specific recommendations. No longer does giving somebody a book solve somebody's problem. No longer is it about, what a lot of the gurus and experts teach, giving somebody a 1,000-page report or a 90 DVD set or every other, way that most experts and gurus teach you on how to package your advice. Okay, so you want to be able to make sure that you understand those 3 important principles. Now, on our second component today, I want to talk to you about the qualification process. All right, qualification process. You've got to have a qualification process, and that automatically implies a disqualification process. All right, so if you're going to put together a qualification process, in the words of a mathematician, it would be intuitively obvious that you should have a way of disqualifying people. All right, and we've got very specific ways of disqualifying potential candidates for our programs who simply will end up just wasting our time, and more importantly, be wasting your time, right? You don't want to talk to people, and you want to have a process that screens people properly, all right, and allows you to disqualify people that simply aren't candidates for your programs. Not everybody is, all right? That's why you've got to know who your ideal candidate is, and you've got to know how to educate that candidate. So I want to give you 5 keys right now, because this sets up for you the 10 rules of doing coaching, following our model. And I want to give you 10 rules here as the third component here in today's training. But I want to go through right now to set that up, 5 keys to the consultative process. First of all, you want to be able to attract the kind of client that you want, right? I left education because I did not enjoy being involved in public education. I enjoy kids, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't stand the politics of public education. I couldn't stand a lot of things about public education, and I didn't want to be around people that were complaining and whining, and nor do you, right? They're the ones that just end up sucking your dreams away. You know, I remember, you know, hearing complaints about what, you know, their realtor was making when selling their home, and if I was hanging out in the with other teachers. And I love teachers, by the way, and some of my best friends are teachers. What I do not hate, what I do not like, and it's found in every industry today, and I'll just lean on my background, 14 years in the educational system, of people complaining about how much somebody else is making, and if it's that good, then why don't you move in and become into that industry or become a realtor? Right? If you want to move into the area of getting out of evaluation model for your advice, you've got to know how to, first of all, attract the kind of client that you want to attract, a high-end client that is attracted to premium priced programs and services, that understand very intuitively that you pay for what you get. And you know, if somebody wants to talk to me about a low-end program, like a book or a home study program, I'm not your man. I don't believe in those programs. I don't think they work. I know they don't work. I'll tell you that. And I've got hundreds of clients that have been through those kinds of programs that will tell you those programs do not work. Only thing that works today, and the reason why I've hired out coaches and consultants in my own company, for my own company, the reason why I hire out coaches for my own training for Spartan races, etc., and why we hire out coaches and trainers for my boys is because I believe that that's how you get success today. It comes with, you can't, success doesn't happen in a vacuum, and so many people today unfortunately are living in a vacuum. Secondly, you must have a vetting process. All right, a qualification process naturally means that you have a vetting process. All right, thirdly, you've got to have an ES. What is an ES? Well, if you've been on some of our other trainings, in fact, I did a boot camp on this, on creating an executive summary. An executive summary is crucial. It is a massive breakthrough for so many of our clients. When they understand and they see the bigger picture of how to use an executive summary to close deals really quickly. So you never struggle getting clients. You never struggle by not leveraging momentum in your industry. You never undervalue your advice. You're never postured incorrectly. That means, and rule number 4 then here, is knowing how to turn your executive summary into an agreement really quickly. All right, and this is crucial. I teach my clients how to do this, and turning your executive summary into an agreement with your potential successful candidate. And 5th, when it comes to positioning or your vetting process, your qualification process, you must have a guarantee. All right, and we have the very first guarantee ever. It's always been in every one of our one-on-one agreements with all of our clients, and I'm really happy to say that we've never been called on our guarantee. That's the commitment that we have to our clients, but the guarantee in all of our agreements is that our clients will make their investment back, or we continue to work with them. All right, and I would steer clear from any coaching or consulting company that says, well, we have a money-back guarantee, because all you're going to do is open yourself up to, number 1, people stealing your proprietary systems. Secondly, undervaluing your proprietary systems. And thirdly, ripping you off. And we do everything possible today to teach you and teach our clients how to make sure that you are protected properly. All right, let's take a little break here. What I'd like to do right now is just show you what's been going on at the Canadian Lake Home. Last week we did a quick summary on one-day intensives. That's the Canadian Lake Home from this morning here, and from the beach last evening here at the Canadian Lake Home. Well, I'm not at the Canadian Lake Home right now. I'm at the international office, our international office here, which is located fairly close to the Canadian Lake Home. So What I'd like to do now on our third component then of today's training is to talk to you about the rules of the mentoring relationship. The rules of the mentoring relationship. I want to give you 10 rules on doing one-on-one training. I've spent time with you covering the importance or 5 keys or principles around trading time for money, all inside of the greater context of ROIT. We just finished talking to you and covering with you the importance of having a qualification process, because that qualification process is going to really allow you to leverage the 10 rules of the coaching or the mentoring relationship. All right, and what we do is mentoring. It is very specific. We never lay a client on the proverbial couch and ask them how we can help them. It's always very specific in helping them get the results that they want. So I want to cover with you the rules of the mentoring relationship and 10 of them. So first of all, first rule is that people moving forward with us must implement. We do not want people auditing our programs, and we're very clear about that. There's simply no auditing allowed. You've got to implement, because every one of our clients comes to us and knows that they're going to be leveraged as a case study. So they've got to be focused on implementation. And guess what? All of our training events that we do every week, and we do multiple of them. I do 3 of them a week. We've got my clients get project management help, etc. And our focus is on helping them implement. All right, so that's rule number 1 for a successful mentoring relationship. Rule number 2 is they must focus. All right, and one of the reasons why clients invest in our programs and why your clients are going to want to invest in your programs is for focus, accelerated focus. And so many people today simply do not know how to focus, or they're focusing on the wrong areas of business. And that's why we tell, very specifically, we attract 3 types of clients. So they understand where our focus is going to be with them, right? The first type of client is the client who doesn't want to become or wants to become an expert but doesn't want to write a book. And yet, what are most experts or gurus teaching today? You got to write a book. So if I can save you that time, is that not a huge, valuable skill that you're going to learn as a business owner? Secondly, the second type of client that we attract are already experts or gurus, and they're tired of putting all their time around a $19 book or trading time for money, $200 per hour, which you can't build a company on. And not only that, but it's sucking the very life out of your company. Sort of like having a slow leaking tire when you're using the wrong business model. Now, so many people today are doing so many things incorrectly or the wrong sequence. That tire is not just has one leak; it's got many leaks. And most people are literally, as I see them coming to us, are really operating their company on just rims. There's no tires anymore. They've totally blown massive leaks. So we want to put an end to that. Third type of client that we attract, clients that don't necessarily want to be experts, but they love our masterminding model around commanding premium prices, and they don't have to be a guru or an expert in their industry. Okay, so those are the ways that we help clients focus within a better context for helping them get what they really want, right? Coming and investing in our programs and services. Next, must be a way, and we've done this all the time in our coaching, of summarizing calls. Now, here's what I mean by this. When a client is done a call with me, all right, and that client is expected to summarize the call and email me back very specifically on what we covered. Why? Well, I believe that the most kinesthetic way of activating the subconscious mind is when somebody literally writes down and gets a chance to take notes on what we cover, and then summarizes them from the standpoint, 2 ways of summarizing notes. First of all, from the standpoint of comprehension, and secondly, from the standpoint of execution. So that allows me to make sure that, number 1, a client has understood what we've covered, and secondly, has a game plan around execution. Because if we're going to be helping that client execute, want to be able to see and make sure that that client is very clear as they're moving forward with us like this, that we're both on the same page. All right. I never summarize calls. I used to, and then I realized I come out of the one of my areas of specialty is accelerated teaching and learning, and realizing the powerful importance of getting somebody activated or actively involved in your advice. You want to be able to have them be responsible for writing the back, and you just simply check and evaluate. And it's amazing how much faster you're going to grow, your client's going to grow, and how you can start building out the critical systems for your company. All right. Fourth is execution. All right. And when I talk about execution here, there's two things that we're focused on with our clients all the time. Number one, ROI, return on investment. And secondly, ROIT, return on invested time. So it's one thing to be able to close deals, right? It's another thing to be able to attract the kind of client that allows you to reposition if you're already selling a $1,000, $1,500 program into a $10,000, $50,000 or higher program, knowing how to do that, and then knowing how to turn that into royalties. All right. So when we're focusing on execution, my focus is always on ROI and ROIT with my clients. Okay, helping them, get back their return on investment immediately. That's always crucial. It's why everything that we do as a company, what I do in the context of mentoring, is focusing on helping clients not only close deals, but increasing the size and number of those deals. And then thirdly, within a business model that's going to allow them to accelerate cash flow and leveraging a better valuation for their company. All right, rule number 5. So my clients must have a positive sense of self-expectancy. That's crucial. Positive sense of self-expectancy. I don't want to work with the woe is me, Charlie Brown types, or Winnie the Pooh types, okay? The ones that just kind of doom and gloom. I want, and we attract the kinds of clients that have a positive sense of self-expectancy. They know it's their time. They know that if they hold off on mentoring, should they qualify, that it's literally just killing their momentum, because they're left with following 25, 30 different gurus, trying to implement all the free advice that you can get online. And the problem is nobody's really sitting back and helping you customize your program. All right, so everything that we do is focused on customization. And around that are the 2 kinds of assets, or the 12 kinds of assets, I should say, that we work on in creating with our clients that do 2 things. All right, increase cash flow and increase the value of our clients' companies. All right, because whether or not you're a startup mode or whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur in the coaching, consulting, or the training industry, you want to be able to have and leverage a model that increases your cash flow and increases the valuation of your company. So we've got a short-term gain, which is cash flow, all right, which takes a lot of pressure off my clients because they're focusing on increasing cash flow. And then secondly, the long-term play in the market, which is increasing your valuation, making yourself, or some of the assets that we work on developing, or some of the divisions within your company that we focus on developing, make those highly attractive to potential buyers. Next, one of the best things we've ever done in our coaching model is recording all of our calls with our clients. So recorded confidential calls. This allows clients to get access to the recording calls that we do with our clients, so they can go back, they can have an inventory of our advice. If there's something that they fully didn't understand, they can listen, they could get email support, project management support from our company. But having that record, because a lot of times when I'm on a coaching call with a client, I'm putting myself literally in the position of that client, and I'm looking at the company as if I were taking it over, and here's what I would be doing, and here's how I would pitch deals. And for my clients that are, in front of boardrooms, here's what we need to put together. For my clients that are out speaking, here's how we're going to repitch what we do. For my clients that are strictly focusing on the phone, or meeting people one-on-one, here's what we need to do. For clients that are moving into the training industry and want to build out a multi-million-dollar training platform for their programs and services, here's what we need to do. All right, so having those recorded calls, I can put myself in the state of when I'm working with a client. And quite often, what clients will say at the end is, "Oh, I wish I had the recording of that, Glenn. That was just fantastic." I said, "Don't worry, it's recorded, as you know. We'll send it to you, so you have that for your inventory." Okay. Next, of course, we provide the highest touch, I believe, in the industry of mentoring, and because all of our clients are case studies. The end of the day, we want case studies for a whole number of reasons. For PR is really important. Secondly, for Lifestyle Entrepreneur magazine, we want clients featured in our magazine, and we do that every single issue. Thirdly, we want them part of our vetting process for other potential candidates. All right? I love clients as case studies because it allows me to introduce clients to other clients on the training events. And that's one of the really cool things that we've done, is increased our accountability as a company. We've done this from day one. And literally, like a classroom setting, clients get to meet other clients. And some amazing strategic alliances have happened. And some amazing accelerated forms of cash flow. Because people are coming together, entrepreneurs are coming together, because they've been collated, if you will, inside of our accelerated business systems, where they know that we attract top-level people globally. And one of the added benefits of being involved in our program is the connections, and that's huge. Next, you get to meet other clients. As I said, as a case study, I want you to meet other clients. I want to help you increase your accountability. I believe that the number one form of accountability today is public accountability. Now, when I say public accountability, I don't mean sharing your goals and your dreams with anybody willy-nilly. I mean sharing your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, what you're doing, etc., with a trusted group of people going in the same direction as you are going. And that's crucial. All right? And then 10, I believe that modeling is the number one way that we learn. Modeling is the number one way that we learn, and my clients love the fact that they can model the specific assets that we create and leveraging the specific steps that I show my clients. So there is never any guesswork, never. All they have to do is leverage our blueprint, and they get the customization of one-on-one mentoring so that they can move forward even faster. It's one of the reasons why we've got thousands of case studies. As people come into our programs, I think, one of the reasons, number one reasons why they select our company is because not only are we in over 120 industries, but, and that's cool, right? I mean, I know how to build companies, and I know how to create massive momentum with any startup or any seasoned entrepreneur, and seeing things the way they don't see them and helping them build their competitive advantage and execute. But the other key is accelerated teaching and learning, right? And knowing how to blend those two together. And that's what makes one of our keys, distinguishing attributes of our company. So I covered with you here, and I want to show you the model really quickly inside of the bigger model. But where have we come from today? We started off by talking about ROIT. And then I gave you 5 principles around trading time for money. And then we took a look at some very specific keys around having a qualification process. Why? So that I could set up for you the 10 rules for doing one-on-one coaching, following the model that we espouse. And if I just show you right now here really quickly, here's the bigger picture of one of our models that our clients like. This is our coaching and co-branding model here. And what we do focus on, first of all, is, let me just back here. We first of all focus on, here, let me just get this going here again. So I'll show you a quick slide presentation here. We focus on, first of all, with step number 1 with our clients is focusing on, whoops, let me just go back, value creation, value delivery, marketing, sales, and profit margins. Okay, closing the deal. And then as we're closing the deal, we focus on taking the assets that you're creating and systems that you're creating and creating a better business model, and then a client vetting process, and a client intake system, and a client services process, and a client management system, and leveraging strategic vendors and accelerated teaching and learning systems. And I believe those are the 7 critical systems for growing your company exponentially after you master step 1. And then step number 3 then is we take step number 1, those 5 critical business systems, value creation, value delivery, sales, marketing, and profit margins, and we leverage the 7 core areas that you want to create so you can really leverage a co-branding relationship and build some very powerful royalty streams of income for your company. So that means a leveraged certification co-branding program that runs on the front end here, $15,000 to $20,000 certification program, and a co-branding relationship where you build 2 types of royalties. So you want to be able to long-term organize $15,000 to $25,000 certification programs, create your own multi-million-dollar training empire. This is the best, most accelerated platform that I know of today, so that you can achieve maximum valuation and cash flow. All right, so that's the bigger model, if you will, on our mentoring program. And next week, what I'd like to do is take a look at how to select and how to standardize your market in the coaching field. So I want to show you what we've done to create standards in our industry and help you do the very same, and give you some rules or principles around how do you select the coach or the mentor that you are going to hire. And if you're serious about business, you are definitely going to want to hire somebody that's going to help you and assist you leveraging critical systems of business growth. All right, so that's the end of our training today. I'm going to actually be doing a boot camp this coming Sunday on our 10-step consultative process. So if you're interested in finding out how we run our consultative processes and why they're so great at conversion, you're definitely going to want to take a look at a boot camp that we're going to have this coming Sunday. So stay tuned for that. Our next Google Hangout next Monday, our normal Google Hangout time, 2 o'clock EDT. I'll be there, and I look forward to talking to you about standardizing your industry and how to select the right coach or consultant for your company. All right, so I look forward to it. Have a great one, everyone, and take these concepts that we've covered today and make them yours.